Yeah, I guess. Give me a thumbs up.
Sorry.
Kansas will be in 8th grade in September. That's just hard.
That's Rebecca Green. I don't know. Maybe it's been raining. I'm not going to play it. Yeah. They might be here for a minute.
good evening, good late afternoon on this balmy day. Thank you for making it here safely. My name is Tim Pipinich, and what you see behind us is sixth grade band A, which represents about half of our sixth grade band. There will be a sixth grade band B performance at 6 with the same material. I hope you can hear how much personal and musical growth they've made, not only since last year, but since our last concert. And we decided to show that to you by, those are some of the warm-ups that we do somewhat every day to get us focused and centered and started. The tone builder, which works on the first 5 notes or half scale, and then the technique tracks, which builds up the other half of the scale and includes 8 notes. The next 2 songs are notable. There's variations on a familiar theme, and it should be familiar because we played it at our last concert. We played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Well, this is the same tune, but then with some really cool, extra elaborate variations that show you how far we've grown since then. Followed by Sakura Sakura, which is very, the students love it. It's very memorable because it's in minor, and it's a Japanese folk song that has existed for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. And you'll see the lights change during that to be kind of pink and white, because Sakura means cherry blossom, and cherry blossom trees are those beautiful pink and white flowers that when the wind hits, it picks them up and throws them into the sky and makes kind of a sunset in the daytime. The other thing that is notable about the next 2 songs is that they will be directed by my student teacher. My student teacher hails originally from Blaine, Minnesota. He is a senior at Concordia College, trumpet player and music education major. And I would like to welcome to the stage at the time, Mr. Conrad Nicholson. Very nice job, Conrad, thank you. Conrad graduates from Concordia in May. If any of you know of an open band teacher job in the area, please come let us know. We have a very qualified candidate right here, and he's been a joy to work with. Our next song was actually, it was a little bit mean. I had a playing test, and I had it right after holiday break. Now before you go, wow, that's mean, I gave them extra time. It wasn't like the day we came back. I did. But the playing test or the song was Auld Lang Syne, which, as they learned, was the New Year's Eve song. So it was meant to have some relationship to the outside world and would give them an incentive maybe to practice and play it for you. Whether they did or not, we will be playing it now. It is a Scottish folk song originally, and a really good method for reinforcing the dotted quarter, eighth note, quarter note rhythm. Bum, 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 bum. That's kind of the main point rhythm we were looking at there. We also taught them that another great song for reinforcing that rhythm is this one. You can sing it with me if you know. Liberty, liberty, liberty. See? Everybody knows that song. Liberty. So there you go. There you go. That led to a discussion about limu, emu, and we'll just stop there. But we will try a little bit of Auld Lang Syne for you today. So a belated Happy New Year's to you. Don't anybody say this is going to be my year out loud. You're going to jinx it, okay? Let's make this a good one. Now, at our last concert, the first concert of the year, we only did like one, maybe two sheets of paper concert pieces outside of their method book. Today we're doing three, which is another signal of their continuous growth. And the first one is called Fallbrook March. It's a very standard march in the beginning and end. It's in the 2/4 time signature. You'll hear this cool little back and forth dialogue between woodwinds and brass about halfway through. There is a percussion solo in the middle, or a percussion solo at measure 44. And then after that, there is like 3 different melody lines that interweave before we all come back at the end. It was a little bit tough to coordinate, but they can do it, to let them know that there is plenty of artistic ability present in a march. Now, you might see a freakishly overgrown 6th grader. Don't worry, that's just Mr. Nicholson reinforcing our percussion section. Okay. He ate his green beans when he was younger, and now he's big and tall. So let's go ahead and start off with Fallbrook March. So as you can tell, as they get older, the pieces grow a little bit in length, depth, complexity, interest. That's all part of the learning experience. If you happen to be here later in the evening, we'll have a slew of 7th grade concerts at 7 and 8th grade at 8. And it's just really cool to see that growth progression. And we all need to start somewhere. And I'm very proud of where we started and where we're going, particularly after some odd years with distance learning and things like that. Sounds like a dirty word. I haven't said that in a while. It makes me shudder. The next one is called Cowboy Cattle Drive. And it is meant to kind of imitate like a Charles Russell painting or the frontier. So you might hear some whip cracks. You might hear some cowbells or some temple blocks that kind of sound like galloping hooves. And it is meant to give you the feel of, well, driving cattle along a long range. And I had some students say something like, why do they call it a cattle drive? Like, they don't have any cars. That's true, unless you're watching Back to the Future Part 3, there are not any cars in the prairie. But they do just call it, it's more like when you drive, when you are driven to do something, when you have drive, it's focusing it all in one spot. And that's what you have to do with the cattle so that they don't run away, okay? If you've seen the movie City Slickers, you probably know a thing or two about what I mean. So hopefully you can hear a little bit of that adventurous spirit with some cool percussion in Cowboy Cattle Drive. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there were some Easter eggs in that one. You might have heard the trombones. I'm a trombone player, and that just brings such joy to my heart. But did any of you hear the shaving the haircut 2 bits? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that was in our last concert too. At the end of Old MacDonald had a band, had a farm. So harkening back to the old days. Very nice. That was a lot of fun. All right, well, we're already at our final selection for this particular evening. I just wanted to take some time to thank you. This is a Herculean effort if it's all on one person, and it's not. This is a team effort of teachers, administrators, parents, students. I know you sacrificed time for this and for practice amongst all your other activities, and I thank you because it does matter. Music does make you a more cultured, interesting, skillful person. It does a lot for your brain, it does a lot for your spirit, and we can't do it without you. So I think students actually, I think you should give a round of applause to your parents and guardians actually. Yeah, because we're totally cool for having your kids be involved in stuff. You know, I'm just going through that right now. I've got a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And you know, my 6-year-old is starting piano lessons, and she did soccer, and she did swimming, and all of this. And there were times when it was stressful, and I was like, gosh, I wish I had more evenings where I just got to like sit on my butt and do nothing. Those are awesome. I still love those. But then I think of all the cool opportunities and things that they're getting, and I know that it's worth it. So Thank you. Okay, our last selection for this part is going to be, ragtime dance. Now, ragtime, it's not like dish rag. This is a kind of subsect of jazz from back in the day, like Scott Joplin, some of the music you almost hear in silent films. And so that's kind of what we're imitating. You're going to hear some jazzy textures and harmonies and notes that they don't always get to play. Otherwise, you're going to hear some stomps. Got a stomping section in this, pretty sweet. Okay? And we hope you'll join us later this evening for more concerts. Otherwise, their next concert's not till May, but there's many, many, many ones leading up to that, and we hope to see you again next time. Until then, here's Ragtime Dance. So last thing before we wrap up, I forgot to mention that that last piece features a really cool flute and oboe section. They worked really hard on that second half, and then you hear the boom, boom, boom with low brass. So a special shout out for those sections. They're a joy and a pleasure to work with every day, and I really mean that. Okay. Thank you. Have a good, safe, warm evening. 6th grade band B will be right here at 6 o'clock.
My alarm went off.
I know.
And I jumped.
Well, I was smart enough this time. I turned the volume.
I turned my volume down.